with the timing. Even if people are saying Drake was ducking, having to really rap and address a bunch of shit, I'm cool with that take.
Oh, I feel that way.
Project.
Who's saying that?
I'm saying that. I said that the whole time. I'm like, what up, Couch Gang, Hip Hop Crimies and Crimettes? Welcome back to the couch. It's your man Bito here with another reaction, and I hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all time, man. And we are here with just some Party Next Door and Drake, some Sexy Songs for You album review reactions from, you know, the usual suspects, dog. If you're familiar with this channel, man, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're familiar, man, you know I like to cover what Roy and Mal got to say. I like to cover what Joe Buttons and them got to say. And I like to cover what Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club had to say too, man. You know, we like to react to all that because I think those are, like, you know, some pillars in, you know, the hip-hop media space where, you know, I think a lot of people go to hear their opinions and shit. So that's where we're at today, man. Now, if you're also familiar, I'm very not anti-Roy and Mal, but I'm anti-Mal takes. And it's not anti-Mal, it's anti-Mal in his takes. You know what I mean? And it's more or less his takes regarding the Drake thing. And this is why we're here today, because obviously my man is super biased when it comes to Drake. And if you haven't seen his what you call it, you know, their Super Bowl halftime review, it was some hater stuff too. So it's clearly I'm gonna stand on this side of it because there may be a check or friendship, whatever. I don't know, but I want to see what they got to say about, you know, this Sexy Songs for You album, because I had mixed feelings about it. Like, the music person in me, I was a fan of the album musically. You know, sonically it sounded good. Now, if I was to break it down and be like, what am I hearing and what am I listening to, I wasn't a fan of what was being said through what he was saying. So I give the subject and just, you know, the impact, I give it probably a 5. But the sound of the CD overall, probably about an 8. But for my personal grade, I would probably give it a 6, just because there's obviously some good songs that I would, you know, get right to and, you know, get my extracurriculars on and stuff. But there was no real, like, bop. You know what I mean? I like Nokia, whatever, but there was no real bop to me. Give Me a Hug was whatever. It was like, you know, the calling Joe a D-sucker. And just, you know, it wasn't really an impactful release, especially after everything that's happened, because that's what we're all paying attention to. So I just don't think that the album was impactful as we expected. Now, Drake's Drake, so he's going to do the numbers. So I don't like talking numbers to it. I'm talking about, what did you hear and how did you feel about it? How I felt, it was overall a 6. In my reaction, I rated it an 8, but I didn't break down at what I just did just now. But, you know, it still sounded good. Like, I'll still listen to some songs in certain situations, but I'll be real, I haven't listened to it since. And I also went and listened immediately to GNX. So that says a lot about how that album came. And before I get into this, man, don't forget to like the video, subscribe. I'm just waiting for a Drake solo because I don't count this as anything as well, too. So we're going to see what Roy and Mal got to say, man. I'm going to try to do my best not to pause. I'm going to be eating a little food, too, because, you know, it's a breakfast time today. So, you know, here we go.
Music this weekend? Is that what we getting straight to?
Let's do it.
Did y'all fuck to Sexy Songs for You?
No, so sad that I didn't. But I am.
Still got time.
Somebody gonna get it.
Marge.
I would do anything just like...
Yeah, somebody gonna get it.
That sounds like a threat, bro. Like,
Call it what you want.
like what
Call it what you want. But somebody gonna get it. From track 1 to track 20, somebody gonna get it.
I was shit. At this point, I would have fucked to Will Ferrell doing Not Like Us in the background. Anything, like, that's how long it's been for me.
Wow.
I don't care what's in the background. Law and Order.
Doom.
Whatever it is, fuck it. We fuck it.
Yeah, no, I'm too inexperienced at this point. I'm like a new virgin that I would never even want.
I ain't gonna lie, that was funny as hell. And, like, once again, it was a good song to, you know, do that. Like I said, even during my reaction, do your extracurriculars too. But, like, you can do that to anything, B.
Put this Party and Drake album on to fuck. I don't think I'm there yet. I gotta get, like, back in my rhythm.
That's not the.
No, that's for an expert. I can't.
Yeah, that's like you gotta ease your way back in there. You gotta fuck to an EP first. Yeah, I get it.
All right, we starting there?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Why'd you breathe like that? Don't scare me. You scare me. Whenever you do like that, you see. All right, man. Go ahead, man.
We're gonna have a good conversation. We're not gonna talk about the beef. I'm just gonna start the conversation with something that may break the internet. I like some Sexy Songs for You, and I like GNX.
It's okay.
I know, you thought it was impossible.
It's funny that he did that. I know he's being funny and shit. But I've also said this too, like, you can like both these dudes, dog. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm just gonna now no longer be a Drake fan. Like, you still like both. Now, for me, I'm a fan of both because I can just separate the music part and understand that Drake's not a rapper. But for public perception and just based off of how the battle went and me just being a rap battle and like a person who loves rap battles and lyrics, like I'm gonna look at Drake differently when it comes to rap. So that's why I didn't like anything that I heard from him rapping, and I can't wait to hear solo. But yeah, dog, like you can still like both, man.
Internet, you can like both.
My point. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe.
I just like that you even brought that album up.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, like that's what I'm at, baby D. Like I just think that you did that.
Why I did actually bring it up because the conversation
It's funny.
before we get into the actual music is what
Which one's
bothered
better?
me the most this weekend.
We're comparing
while
it.
enjoying this.
It's not
this
even an album to
project
compare.
Was people comparing?
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
That's super unfair.
It's unfair as hell because you can't compare an R&B album to a rap album and a combo album, like a collab album. Like, wait for the Drake solo. That's how I know a lot of people really ain't really invested into like the hip hop side of things, and they just fans of these dudes versus the actual art form of hip hop. Like, I listen to it just strictly for the music, dog. Like, this is not a Drake solo project, so I can't compare the two. If Drake gives me a solo project that's rap or whatever Drake do, which he's gonna probably rap and sing and do a mix of both, but at least it's a Drake solo project. That's when I'm gonna compare GNX to whatever Drake puts out, not GNX strictly hip hop West Coast to Sexy Songs for You, which is R&B songs made for the shorties.
Everybody, like they're two drastically different artists and albums. Like, why the fuck would you even bring those two together?
Or the fucking losers who their first introduction to music was the fucking internet. Is them sitting here saying, "Oh, now don't like Drake now. Y'all was just this, and that." I can crip walk to GNX and still like some Sexy Songs for You. Like, music is to be. You don't have to pick a side. Y'all don't know these people. None of them pay your bills. You don't know them.
The only
I love how we associate GNX and Kendrick Lamar to like crip walking. He's not a crip. He's not a crip.
I don't even remember them comparing Blueprint 2 and Stillmatic like that.
Facts.
Those are more comparable.
But Rory, I told you, I don't know when I said it. I said it a few years ago, though. I said, beefing with Drake, and again, I hate to even talk about this, but beefing with Drake is better than getting a feature from Drake. I told you this years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And this is what I meant by that, because here now is an album, some Sexy Songs for You, that have nothing to do with the beef, nothing to do with the battle, but people are still going to kind of bring it into the conversation because the battle was so epic and so big and took over the entire 2024 that no matter what Drake does this point moving forward, it can be an album with straight nursery rhymes for kids. It can be a kid's album with what's your favorite lady on the YouTube?
Miss Rachel.
It could be Miss Rachel.
I'm
Miss
sure
Rachel and Drake
I'm sure
album.
she has a version of Not Like Us.
It could be a Miss Rachel and Drake album, and
dead.
people are gonna compare it to whatever Kendrick has done. That's just where what happens when you have a battle that we just witnessed last year.
I disagree a little bit with his point, just mainly because it's not necessarily if you beef with Drake like it's better than a feature. I just think that when you beef with Drake, it just puts everything on the pedestal because everybody wants to see the result. Because I think hip hop fans see Drake as not hip hop and a singer and stuff, so they get anticipated by that, so they're gonna back the more supported hip hop artists. In my opinion, I don't think it's more or less that. And people want to see Drake lose, so.
But some Sexy Songs for You came out.
Yeah, and even something I've been a victim of as well is immediately reacting to an album on the internet right away. Because off the first listen on Thursday night when I played it, I was like, it was cool. And then throughout the weekend, it just felt like it got better. I see why a lot of people, I think because they were just waiting to either hate on it or love it, call it a classic or trash. It's not one of those albums off first listen that you're gonna be like, oh, this is really, really good. It took me the whole weekend of multiple listens to get to.
So to their point that they kind of, this is what I like to do in this show, on my couch. Doesn't that same critique and standard fit to what y'all just tried to say was whack at the Super Bowl performance? Now, I know we ain't trying to kind of tie things together, but I like to see that how these dudes contradict themselves on a constant and move the goalposts for one guy, not the other. So with a Drake album, we have to listen to it multiple times to understand how good it is. But at a Super Bowl performance, if we ain't like it off the first impression, it's whack as hell. And if you're looking to watch it more and more, that means it's not good. So I just want to understand their point to that.
The place that I really fuck with this project. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, I was like, all right, it feels like Drake had to drag Party to the studio, and I still kind of have that feeling, even in enjoying the project. I don't know, it's not even something I can really prove. It's more of like a feeling on the records that Drake was a little bit more present and excited about this project than Party was. It almost felt like Drake did these and was like begging Party to fill in the blanks on certain shit. To me, it was a high caliber Drake on the R&B side and a little lower than I usually like Party.
Really?
I don't disagree with you on that. I do feel like Party kind of like was like in the studio, just like, yo.
Yeah.
I'm participation trophy. I don't think Party really, which I personally, that's one of my favorite parts about the album. No shade to Party. I like Party music, but I would prefer more Drake than Party on this album, and I think that's why I like it so much.
On My Way, like Party.
So what's funny about that, I mean, they're clearly Drake fans, but I like Party more. I think Party carried that album. My fault.
Smoked that and carried it. His energy on that record feels way more present than the rest of the project. Like even with a written testimony where Hove kind of just filled in the blanks on certain shit, that's kind of how I felt they treated Party on this. Like, all right, just fill in a part here so we can make it a collab. I still loved what he did, but to me, this is more of a Drake project. Like, he feels like the lead on everything, and I don't know. Again, it's just a theory. I really feel like Drake was blowing Party's phone up. Like, and can you finish this shit for me, man? Like,
but also, Rory, when I think about it, what I'm going to go with is that the reason why it's a collaboration album is that Party wrote a lot of it. I think that might have been, you might not hear a lot of him, but I think Party wrote a lot of it, if that makes sense.
I'm sure, but
I feel like when I looked at the track list, though, I feel like it was more of a Party album, you know what I'm saying? And then you had more Party songs. Or sorry, you had more Party and Drake collab songs than you did of like Drake solo feel, so to say. And then even on those tracks, like for me personally, I think Party sounded better. And granted, that stuff did sound dated. Like I felt like I was back in 2008, 2012 range when I was listening to what Drake was saying on a lot of shit, because that's what I was there for too, was to listen to Drake. But yeah, it's funny how you listen to one group and they say they like how one person did better than the other person, and then like me, for example, I'm like, I like Party on it, so that's interesting.
Again, to me, these didn't feel like Party had a bunch of records on a hard drive and then Drake
No,
came
definitely
in.
not.
It
They
actually
worked
felt
together.
the opposite to me.
Yeah,
It felt
I
like
like it.
Drake had these songs and then Party got on them. Because in the past, like, we know with Legend that was a Party song, and then
Didn't
Drake
know
came
that.
in and smoked it. Every time they do collab on his projects, they always feel like, all right, this was a Party record, and then Drake came in.
Yeah.
To me, this feels like Party came in, and Drake already had all these joints. He has the perspective. He leads every concept. Like, to me, it's a Drake project.
I mean, I didn't go into it trying to listen for that. Some sexy songs for you, to me, it's wasn't sexy songs for us men. I don't think that Party and Drake put together this album with men in mind.
Of course not. Why would
I
you?
love Party's post and delete on his IG.
That's the part that makes me confused too. Like, if I'm going into an album song or album titled "Some Sexy Songs for You," my initial thought isn't to be like, "Oh, this is for me." Like, nah, it's for when I'm shacked up with my shorty, you know what I mean, and I'm laid up in the bed or whatever, and I'm trying to get my extracurriculars popping. Like, that's where my mind went to it. I didn't think like, is this gonna be some stuff that I can get right to and like be amped to or be for the club? Like, I don't. And then once again, like the stuff that really bangs though aren't made for the dudes though when it comes to Drake. That's why I find that funny that people are like going so hard. And I'm like, bro, like Drake makes albums for like the extracurriculars for the most part. Like, yeah, you get the raps, the pop, the club banger, whatever you want to get every now and then, like old Drake. But for the most part, like you gonna get shit like that. That's why I bang with. That's why I say I like Drake with the melodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Story.
What did he post?
He said this isn't supposed to be analyzed. You're supposed to fuck to this.
Yeah, like no,
go
but
go get some pussy.
But that's what this played like to me. It played like more life. It's like a playlist.
Okay, I'm
you know
not
what I mean?
mad
It's
at
like
that, yeah.
to me, it sounded like a playlist that they put together for women. Came out Valentine's Day. So to me, it played like a playlist. It was like some songs that they put together.
I want to know if the women really liked it though.
One of the songs, the Hemi's Dilemma, which I love, they're not even on it.
Thank God, leave that.
I wanted her to get another minute 30 on there, but you know, I'll take the interlude. It's all good. But it played like a playlist.
Why do y'all feel like these are for women? These songs.
I'm about to say I didn't feel like the shorty felt like it.
But these songs are not for women. Look at what is being said in the songs.
But who is this being said to?
It's not but we don't listen to music for people to talk to us. You listen to music to identify with it. So granted, women are gonna enjoy this, but they weren't writing this like, oh, the hoes gonna love this. They writing this like, oh, the niggas that love hoes gonna love this.
That's where I'm at.
That's who this album.
That's where I'm at.
For sure, but it's not
used.
Yeah, but I don't think that they wrote it.
I'm with D on that one. Like I said, it's literally for the dudes that want to be racked up with the shorty. Like it's not necessarily made for the women, but it's made for the extracurriculars. Like this is a sex album. That's what it basically boils down to. Like if you get some buns and you want to throw this on, it's gonna supply some heat for the passion. That's all.
For like men to sit down and break it down, the songs and rate them. I don't think that they cared about that.
Well, I did.
No. I know.
I'm about to say I did too. I want to listen to it to hear how it's gonna sound.
Created this that they even cared about that part of it. Like I think they wanted to put together some dope songs. Didn't care about sequencing or any of that. It was just like, yo, this is a playlist. Put out this playlist, some sexy songs for you, and just let it run.
No, I'm you.
You're the you and for you?
I'm sorry.
You're the you and for you?
Yes. Phil, you said 3 drinks in, I'm already playing therapist.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt so seen.
Don't get it twisted. The bars
felt so seen.
Listen, the bars is gonna always be there when you have Party and Drake in the studio. We know that. They're some of the best at having those bars and those lines that I think everybody can relate to on some level.
How you gonna stay with this nigga? How you gonna stay with that nigga in this economy? In this economy, you gonna stay with that broke ass nigga, yo?
I'm not gonna lie. When the album came out, I was on my way back to the house, and I was listening. And then the first bar is, "The city is pretty when it's dead, just like a fly." I said, "No, I can't listen to this outside." I said, I said, yo, let me turn this off. Because I already knew where we was going after that. The city is pretty when it's dead, just like a flower. I said, nah, man. You can't be with the homies listening to that.
Like a flower.
I said, drop me off, man. I can't listen to this around 3 dudes.
CN Tower is ready.
That nigga said, what color is the CN Tower? It's blue tonight. It's like how I feel about you tonight.
He getting his shit off.
Man, gone, man.
He getting his shit off.
I like the intro, though. The intro was tough.
This is why I feel for the internet of going into this expecting some shit attached to the past. Like, just enjoy this.
The music.
Everyone doesn't have to take themselves so seriously as well. Even though I think that Padre record is probably up there with Ratchet Happy Birthday of one of Drake's worst records, I'm happy he's not taking himself.
I hated it the first 2 times I heard it.
I'm from uptown. I know what that is.
Oh, no, it's gonna work.
I grew up listening to that in the bodega. I know what that is.
But that was an immediate skip. I was like, all right, man.
See, Nas, you can't let that throw you off, Rory.
Nah, you gotta groove to that shit.
Yeah, you can't let it. Don't be scared to get into your 2-step.
Damn.
See, you scared to get into your 2-step. That's the problem.
That nigga said.
I be on Steinway with bachata.
How you didn't like that?
Uptown, though.
Take you to Santos, we can dance bachata. Take you to Kiki or the Booby Trapper.
The Booby Trapper.
Making Booby Trap fake Spanish.
Bruh.
I love it.
Bruh.
Killed me.
That's what my dad orders at a Mexican restaurant to a white waitress.
Bruh, I'm telling you that fucked me up when he hit me with the Booby Trapper. I was like, nah, like you gotta get this out of here. You gotta get this out of here. But, it's Drake for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's accents that he can sell you and some accents he can't sell you. You know what I mean?
Smiling when he says gracias.
Gracias.
Yo, these dudes are stupid, man.
Nah, before we get to giving them flowers on this shit, I do have to clown all Canadian men. I don't think I'm the first to say. Men from Toronto are a little sensitive. He said after 3 drinks in, I'm already playing therapist. He said, why you acting thirsty for anyone that's American?
You ain't feel him, though?
Yo.
I felt him on that.
Of course you did.
I don't feel that way about niggas from Brooklyn. It's the same shit.
Oh, no, that's the reason why I love Toronto.
Yeah. Exactly. No matter where you from, London men in New York, they're going to get way more attention than New York.
They clean up.
But to me, it's just
I'm
funny,
like, you think because he talk like he got crumpets and tea in his bag, he ain't shit?
My man said, hello.
That nigga's a killer. Like, he ain't shit.
But to
man
me,
said, hello, let me take you to the...
there's does make some sense. Like, it's a whole different world. I get why girls would be attracted to something new like that.
Yeah.
Toronto is 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a difference.
It's a 40-minute flight. That's
Toronto is just a clean New York.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's a fact. So is London.
So, all right, so we have to call Toronto women hussies then. You thirsty
damn.
over
All these little hussies?
It's the same people.
Called Kiatis. Those are Kiatis. Those are not hussies. Hussies is uptown. If you go north of the border, Kiati.
I think all women from Toronto are beautiful and not promiscuous. So beautiful. Just me.
No, it's some promiscuous. No. It's some promiscuous women in Toronto. We ain't gonna do that.
Some of my favorites.
Yeah. There's some beautiful Kiatis.
Ooh, forgot we was on camera.
What? What you about to say? Go ahead and lick her cat, baby D. It's all good.
What the fuck are you?
I thought that's what you just said.
No.
Oh, my bad.
Man.
I'm sorry.
I was about to ask Rory what happened to that one thing.
Yo,
but
that's crazy.
We'll talk about it later. That's not.
Things of the past.
Yeah.
Things of the past.
That's wild.
Somehow your white face saying that to me just doesn't sound like things of the past.
From some time.
Yeah.
Are you good?
From time.
Nah, you know what? I might need to send her a little text message saying time passes whether we're looking at the clock or not.
Was he talking? Was that nigga talking on that?
He said time passes whether I'm copping you that watch.
Is he lying though? That's real talk. That's real. See, that's the shit I be wanting to say. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a writer. I can't say shit like that. But yeah, I understand what he mean by that.
Oh my God. You know what? I've been on here saying for years I want the more mature Drake album for all whatever that. I feel bad for he going through it, man. Stay this sad, bro. I'm fine with you getting your heart broken.
So I wanted to ask,
At least everybody peeps that in the album. All
I wanted to
right,
ask
bet.
you, do you like this better than For All the Dogs?
Yeah.
I figured you would.
Definitely.
You like this album better than For All the Dogs?
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to compare it. It's two different types of.
What's funny about For All My Dogs, I don't even think I listened to that album like after the day it came out. Like I really hated that album, like for real. The fall off of Drake for me was really that song where he had all the not baby mamas, but all the pregnant women on it. That album, like it came and went. That one that they're talking about, and I feel like there was a couple before there where like I just wasn't really feeling Drake. Like there was no advancement for Drake for me as far as just his music. Like it just, when you just sick of hearing the same shit. That's kind of really what it was for me. But I'll still listen because it sounds good in the moment. Like Drake has good in the moment music right now for the last couple of years, but it's nothing that's aging well. It's nothing that makes me want to go back and listen. That's just me personally.
No, they're similar.
Two different types of
They're both R&B albums.
It's very similar.
Nah, hell nah. He rapping like he's really rapping on For All the Dogs. Like rapping. He's rapping on this, but not like he was on For All the Dogs. No way. This is a whole different vibe. This is a whole different energy right here.
I might have to go back and listen to For All the Dogs. I really didn't listen to that shit.
I can't compare that to For All the Dogs, even though it might be some R&B joints on For All the Dogs, some of my favorite R&B joints on For All the Dogs, but top to bottom, this is a whole different vibe. Some Sexy Songs for You is exactly what it is. Some sexy songs. I mean, it wasn't thinking about me, but for you, whoever you may be.
And this is where I have to backtrack on my thoughts of like I can't really get into this type of Drake anymore because I'm just not at that point in my life anymore. That's what I was saying For All the Dogs. Like, I don't need his 444, but I was.
Sorry, but that's where I'm at with Roy on that take. Like, I'm just not at that point in my life to care to hear that shit anymore. So that's why I think I had to give it 3 different rankings. Like, personal is a 6, sonically an 8. You know what I'm saying? And whatever other score I gave in the middle for that. But that's really what it is. Like, and if you're in the same age bracket as Drake, you do want to hear something more mature, because I guess that's what everybody's saying. Like, you don't want to hear that Heartbreak Hotel shit all the time. Like, you don't want to hear how you in your feelings, because most of us aren't even in that stage in our lives anymore. So it's like, it goes back to what people have always been questioning. Like, are you making music for like the 22-year-olds, dog, or like are you making music for like your audience? And though his audience is super, wide and has a wide range of age, it's more like, yo, you still got to grow up a little bit. Like, I think I said that on my own reaction. Like, yo, bro, I get it, but, like, you got to grow up, nigga. Like, that's exactly what I said. Like, you can't keep doing this type of shit every single time.
Still like a little maturing. After he got off Lucky For You, I don't just love you for you. I love you for who you tell me you're going to be one day. Never mind. I'm just as immature as Drake because I felt seen. We're in the same boat. I'm sorry, Drake.
I ain't gonna lie, though. We not giving Party enough credit for that Deeper record, though.
Yeah,
Yo, fire. That was like one of the best records.
Party did
Facts.
Deeper, I'm like, all right, this might have been just worth him. Just like if he only did that on the album, I'm like, this is a Party and Drake album. That's how much I fuck with that Deeper.
I like that song. I'm with you, Maul.
Deeper
For the first time.
Incredible.
I don't know about
the way
lasers.
he's talking on when he's gone.
Oh
Yo.
man, please.
Did y'all hear how Drake was talking?
Stop. Cause my phone tap. Y'all got my phone tap.
Nah, he was
Celibacy, and when he's gone, you got my phone tap.
Yeah, he was in my Jan Sport with when he's gone. I'm like,
My
this nigga
Jan
gets out
Sport,
my
the
notebook,
backpack.
man. He was talking like, come on, this nigga gotta get out my notebook, man. That's me.
Party found your BlackBerry with the side
Yeah,
scroll.
I'm like, yo, those is my bars. I didn't said all that before.
Have you ever stared at a tattoo while you was fucking her from the back?
Absolutely. Damn. 100%.
Doesn't say my name, but here's where we at. Like,
I ain't tripping. I don't know that ain't me, but it's all good. We here together.
Minute.
I don't know where this nigga's at.
I don't know where this nigga.
Yeah, I don't know where son is at. I don't even care.
I've never
Dead.
been in the predicament where I saw another guy's name. Did I ever tell this OVO story before?
No, but you gonna tell it now.
This was a long time ago. I maybe told this in
Mini Moon.
No, seriously. This was. Oh, I swear to God, it's over 10 years.
Yeah,
ago.
Obama was president.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I met a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I was double dating.
Not
I was
just any
the friend.
girl.
I was the friend. Like I was
Yeah.
the plus one. Shorty had her friend and was like, "Yo, you come with me." Of course, we hit it off because I'm at that point witty and charming. I look young,
Ain't you still
I go
like
fuck.
28, bro?
beautiful. She started getting naked. She had an OVO owl. I'm not joking.
Wow.
From here to here, the full calf was an OVO owl.
Right.
Still hit it from the back though.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
I think I played party while I was doing
You
it.
was bird watching.
Nah, if your tattoo is that big,
You-
you gotta have only fuck Drake. Like you can't,
These
like you
dudes.
can't fuck Majid and have that big ass OVO fucking tattoo on you.
No, we
They
not
about
doing
to-
that. Majid got a classic album.
They about to make me
But
spit out my
like, come
smoothie,
on,
dog.
bro. Like,
Yo,
if
this
it's
is
gonna be that
crazy.
Big, you gotta have fuck Drake.
Or you better have.
No,
Fucking Chubbs and having the OVO out. Okay.
I can see it.
this is why you just have to admit you were making very poor choices. when you
Yo,
were
she's
younger.
stupid.
If she would have been like with the OVO clique or was fucking with one of them, that would actually be okay. She didn't even know them.
Oh yeah. How you know that?
Oh, you're
Because
nasty.
after we was done, I had some questions. I wasn't gonna ask them before. At that point, I mean, she had jeans on. I didn't see the tattoo until it was time to get busy. And it was at that point it was too late.
No, it wasn't. It was not too late.
I think she
It's
lied.
never too late.
I think she definitely did let the homies.
Oh, it's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, having the tattoo.
Have the
that
whole
big
tattoo on your thigh
That's
or
not
your
just
leg.
fan shit. That's like, all right.
I mean,
got
already fucked
branded.
Eddie. He got that orange and that money bag tatted on him.
Yeah, but that was like,
He fucked us.
but at least
Yo.
like Eden was.
No,
Eden,
we love Ed.
Eden is part of
He
the
just
like.
ruined my Christmas.
He's family though. Like
He was just here. Eden was literally here today. You
Yeah,
missed him.
he's family. Like Eden is family, man.
Chop those speakers off.
Yeah, it's different.
But yes, unfortunately, I have been in a similar predicament that Party was talking about with his crew. So I felt lasers.
Listen, man. The bottom line is, I think that this album was really a dope playlist that they gave us. It was the perfect
Okay.
weekend. I know they was trying to put this out before Valentine's Day, but I think it landed perfectly.
Perfect Valentine's Day songs.
Being, the type of music it is, the vibe, the energy. I think this was needed. I think we all needed this type of switch in energy and just some good music. So
Not really.
some sexy songs for you.
It was good.
One of my favorites of the year so far, the past, let's say 8 months so far. One of my
Remember I
favorite
said I wasn't spinning the block?
Some sexy songs for you. You spin
What
the
the
block.
fuck?
Some sexy songs. Well, all right, what song?
I
Did
ain't spin
Spider-Man
yet.
did it?
I ain't spin yet.
you send the text after you heard Spider-Man, Superman?
Nah, y'all ain't listen on Greedy. Y'all wasn't
Who ain't listening on Greedy?
Y'all ain't listen on
Baby
Greedy.
D, I keep
man.
telling you, them niggas got my book bag, man. I'm telling you. I saved my Trapper Keeper. Them niggas got my Trapper Keeper.
Not the Trapper Keeper.
Them niggas got my Trapper Keeper.
Them niggas
I would
hacked
love
my
to
phone.
read Vulnerable Mall lyrics.
Oh man, listen to some sexy songs for you. I'm trying to tell you. Spider-Man, Superman, I'm not gonna lie. This was the first time since the beef that I felt like, damn, I wish Drake and Future was still cool.
Okay.
This is the one song
Yeah.
I'm like, I could definitely hear Future on this record. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I'm with you.
As
That-
much
that
as
was-
Future
that was the
talk
rumor,
about,
right?
as much as Future talk about tricking and he don't give a, this would have been the perfect song for Future to be on with Party and Drake. Spider-Man, Superman.
As much as I do love this project, and I'm cool with the timing, even if people are saying Drake was ducking having to really rap and address a bunch of shit, I'm cool with that take.
Oh, I feel that way.
Project.
Who's saying that?
I'm saying that. I said that the whole time. I'm like, yo, he hiding behind Party right now, dog. You know, to avoid certain shit right now because this ain't really what we here to wait for right now. We not here to listen to Drake sing and do all this shit. So and I think it's also like it was a test feel to see like how people was gonna, you know, respond and react to the album versus how they reacted to his like 100 gigabyte shit, which was like a little mini EP, which was what, good 7 to 8 tracks, I would say. There wasn't really good response to them. This one is a little better than that, but once again, it's a whole album. It's not these little singles and like, you know, shadow drops or whatever. So I'm with him there. I'm saying that. You know what I mean? I think he's ducking. I think homie need to drop a whole project, and then that's when we can judge all of this.
What?
Rory paid too much attention to the internet. You gotta ignore the internet.
That is true.
Yeah, like that's just stupid. What? Ducking what?
Are we doing a lyric breakdown? Which lyric breakdown we doing? We doing Spider-Man, Superman, give me a hug.
Hold on, man.
When he's gone.
Listen.
I agree.
Give me a hug would be funny. Because you already know the smoke with them.
Go do your thing. I can't right now.
No, let's get to Greedy.
Which I was gonna say.
No, go to give me a hug.
I have not spun yet, actually. I'm not dizzy yet. But he said, like.
You was definitely who Drake was talking about when he said Drake's man was drilling in Marvin's room. That was you he was talking about.
Oh, for sure.
He was definitely spinning the block.
When he said, don't even know how it feels, can't even imagine how it feels to be in love with me for real. When I disappear for days, you convince yourself you're to blame. When we don't see each other for months on end and you pretend it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Baby D, just spin the block.
I'm cool.
You trying to stand strong. Just be weak. It's all right.
This is proof. This is proof of what I've already known forever. She's a manipulator.
Yeah.
That's the most manipulative shit I've ever fucking read.
Baby D, just be weak for a second.
When I disappear for days and you convince yourself you to blame, like, I can't even imagine what it's like to be in love with me. I can't. I feel for you.
Them niggas got to get out my trapper keeper, man. I'm telling you, man. I've been saying this shit since the early 90s.
Niggas was out the grassy when you
man. Get out my trapper keeper, man.
You being the new QM is hilarious.
Yeah, man. Like, that's me. I done said that already. Baby D, just be weak. It's all right.
I'm cool. Nah, I'm good.
It's love day. It's love day. It's
go
all
to the
love.
strip club saying, give me a hug. First of all, they in my trapper keeper. Because I was over at Aces in the strip. I used to get strippers dances. Like, they used to hug me. This my shit. Getting hugs from the strippers, that's me. Bottle girls, bartenders.
Oh.
Nasty. I ain't gonna lie to him. When he's gone, that nigga said all that's left between us is lease agreements and jewelry. So this nigga talking crazy. That's all that's left between us. Is the fact that that condo you living in is in my name and that jewelry you got on, I bought it. He gotta get out. That's my trapper keeper right there.
Ma, you ain't paying
How many condos is under your name?
Mine.
I was about to say, Maul ain't paying no rent.
Mine. That's it.
You never paid a check, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just double check.
Absolutely. I help out.
Album and not pay
I help out. I help out here and there. You know. I help out where I can. Just, you know, come change my diaper.
What bill
You
you
sound
pay?
like Denzel in Training Day before
What
he's
bill
about
you
to
pay?
get old boy killed.
What bill you pay? Like, what's your go-to bill?
I mean, if it's
feel like it's a
depending
light.
on the relationship with the girl, with the woman, like, you know, whatever she need help with. If we really fuck with each other like that, if she needs some help with something, it's like, I'll fuck with you. Like, it's all good.
Okay.
If I got it, you got it.
What about some surgery?
Nope.
Surgery?
That's
How that
my-
nigga said, 10 grand, you're mine. 20 grand, you're mine. 100 grand, you're mine.
That's not-
500,000, you
that's not
better
healthy.
be mine. If I buy that body, I own it. That's a fact. I paid for them titties and that ass. You better not go. You can't go nowhere.
Kendrick brought up some great points on Meet the Grams.
You can't go nowhere. That's I bought that. I purchased that.
I was singing along. It's just the most toxic shit.
I purchased that. I purchased that ass.
Oh, please. The amount of men that have bought BBLs for women that went and fucked another dude as soon as she healed.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't
astronomical.
that ain't
As soon
nothing.
as
I
she
don't
healed
think
is
them dudes ain't
crazy.
Nothing alike. That's the difference. That's the difference between me and them. They buy it and let them run around and go no.
What's
You
funny
know.
is continued on to tell everyone.
I feel like this feels like more life to me. But just a sexier. But
That rock
Overall-
on your finger.
overall great playlist. I'm gonna close the playlist.
I love how he keeps calling it a playlist, too.
This feels like more life to me. But just a sexier, More Life. So,
it's funny, I forget about More Life too.
A lot of good songs. I think that Nokia record, it kind of like
Nokia.
came on and it kind of like the vibe was so different. I was like, oh, but after
It was.
2 listens, I was like, oh, I get it. Some sexy songs for.
I fuck with Nokia.
I
don't
do.
really understand. A lot of people I was talking to was like, yeah, I fuck with it, but Nokia's probably skip. I was like,
I fuck with Nokia. Nokia's a boom.
See, you got to be able to see the asses shaking before they shake, Rory.
Nokia's a boom.
They gonna shake ass all summer to that record.
Yep.
I speak for all the Caucasus Mountains in saying Die Trying is our shit.
Oh,
You gotta make out with a stranger at a dive bar to that shit.
Yeah.
And that's outside
That's
of this
y'all
being-
mono. Y'all the mono warriors. White boys, y'all love catching mono.
Mono Warriors, what the fuck?
Antibodies, everything. The outside
Yo.
of this being misogynistic, the
Whoa.
only other misogynistic shit was giving him that amount of time, and then Yeba, like, let her cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was tight. She was just getting in her bag, and Yeba can keep up with Drake and Party on this toxic shit.
Yeah.
Don't get Yeba's beautiful voice twisted. She has some toxic fucking records. She's toxic Adele to me.
Oh, absolutely.
Toxic Adele.
That's crazy.
is so
I love Yeba.
Evil Adele.
Yeah,
That's
she's dope.
Funny. Which
The
track
Over You
is she
shit with her
on?
and Robert Glasper, one of the best records of last year.
Oh, yeah.
Super toxic.
Yeah. Which track was Jeb on?
Die Trying.
Okay.
Which I feel like that might have been probably a Yeba joint, you think? That she sent Drake?
But
But
that's
that's
got
kinda what
records
I was-
before. They've done records before. She was on
Yeah, no.
For All the Dogs, right? Yeah.
No, she was on Certified Lover Boy.
DLB. Yeah.
She has her like
Sorry.
Jeba's Heartbreak.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what I wanted Drake and Party to do, with like experiment a little bit. That's why I like Nokia and Die Trying. I like that they're getting in that bag.
That's why I like Mi Padre.
No,
Meet Your
I hate
Padre.
Meet Your Padre.
Booby
Trapper, bro.
You felt, but you felt though.
Booby Trapper, man.
That was him walking around his Houston ranch.
You know he had on his boots when he made that song. I fuck with it. I like shit like that, man. I like when artists, experiment with shit like that. To me, that type of shit is fun. That's what this shit is about.
Shit, there's no accent this man can sell me, dog. You ain't about to tell me Booby Trapper and I'm just gonna be like, yo, that's fire, dog. I like this song. I can't do it. I'm not allowed to do it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they had similar kind of takes on how I felt about the album overall. It sounds good music. It just depends on what you're looking for and how you're listening to it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people did listen to it expecting to compare it to GNX, which I thought, I'll be honest with you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to it. I'm gonna be honest, like I did think about that for a minute, but as I thought a little bit more, I'm like, these aren't even on the same playing fields, and like not even to say that the GNX album is way better than Sexy Songs for You. And yeah, I went to go listen to it right after, but also it's to say like, all right, like these are just two separate albums, so I can't even remotely think that I can compare the two. It just doesn't make sense. Like it's R&B and rap, and then once again, like we got the good music right here. This is good music. It's better than 100 gigabytes. But the bigger picture is, I think what we're all kind of waiting for and anticipating is the Drake solo project. This is all good and great. This is some temporary music that we can, listen to for the next week or two, and then this will quickly fade into the darkness or whatever, and then we'll wait to see the Drake solo project. That's really what it is about at the end of the day. It's not about anything else. Like, we know Drake can sing. We know Drake likes to expand or explore and get into different genres and go into the booby choppers and stuff like that. But that's not, that's not what the hip hop fans are looking for. I think this is a moment in hip hop right now where I think Drake is kind of dropping the ball on that by not giving people what they want, which, do what you want, obviously, but it's more or less, if you're not going to give people the hip hop stuff, it's going to be hard for you to bounce back and people to, receive your music the same way. So I think it's one of those, I think this is a miscalculation by dropping the album like that, but this album was also coming beforehand. So it is what it is. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Do you think Drake's going to drop a solo project pretty soon, or are we going to be waiting until maybe the summertime when Drake does drop an album, which maybe he's saying summertime vibes or summer 2025, but who knows? We out of here. Peace.